Whoa, and we are here. Hello. Hi.
Whoa, let's
Hey.
go.
Hey, you weren't canceled
We're
this time.
I wasn't canceled.
But
No, I'm still alive.
how do you feel about Kathleen Kennedy getting extended for 3 years?
I not confirmed actually. Not confirmed.
But a lot
That
of
news-
reports.
That website has been like kind of been shoddy. Like
It's
it's definitely not reliable. I'll tell you that.
okay. Hey, cross your fingers
No,
cross your fingers as much as you want, Gabe.
No major news outlets have actually posted that.
All right.
Just that one and like the shady ones.
Cross your fingers as much as you want, Gabe.
So,
But in 3
we'll
years,
see. We'll see.
in three, why 3 years? Like that's like one movie, you know? Like
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why she would be extended. That's why it's just iffy to me because okay, the whole entire Rogue One thing got delayed.
yeah.
I don't know. It
No,
seems like
dude,
all
it
of
was
her
straight up.
projects
Okay,
specifically,
my friend sent me
it's
a
like
yeah. It was
on a
shelved.
different hiatus, right?
It was
Yeah.
straight up shelved. That and Rian Johnson's shelved.
Yeah. So it's like the stuff that she's been wanting to push through shelved. So why is she staying? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like there's some weird stuff going on behind the scenes where someone's like, "Oh, just leak this or whatever, or post this." But until like IGN or like some other big news outlet that will like 100% get
Like
the
the
right
Hollywood
story,
Reporter.
post it, yeah, then I don't believe it.
Okay. All right. That's the only Star Wars news that we have, really. I mean, what else? Has anything else happened Star Wars wise? I mean, Disney Plus
The
Day.
Book of Boba trailer came out.
Oh, the book of. I mean, yeah, but that was a little bit ago, wasn't it? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The show we haven't had a show in a little bit though, so that is true.
I will say, it looks cool. There's not
cool?
much to say on it. Like there really isn't much. It looks very Western. It looks very much like The Mandalorian, but with Boba.
It's gonna be Mandalorian, but with Boba, and with the
Yeah.
Mandalorian, Din Djarin's gonna be in it, and then I heard Luke Skywalker might be in it too. It's just gonna be Mandalorian season 3. It's gonna be,
It
but
really
starring
is.
Boba. I mean, I'm excited. Robert Rodriguez is an awesome
Yeah.
director. He directed Spy Kids and Machete, so I'm all for that shit. Like, yeah. Two of the most iconic Mexican films of all time. So I'm all for it. But let's move. I mean, and then okay. So I was we're gonna talk about this last, but let's put this to the top because it's like a really small topic. Did you watch Disney Plus Day? Anything from Disney Plus Day?
I skipped everything. I just went to the Marvel stuff.
It was a fucking flop, dude.
That's all that
shit
really was.
Sucked, dude. They hyped it up so much, man. They're all like, Disney Plus Day. This is it. They're like, we're gonna fucking drop an Obi-Wan. Everyone on YouTube was like, the Obi-Wan trailer. We're gonna get an Andor trailer. We're gonna get another Boba trailer. We're gonna get a Mando tease. And then everyone's like, yeah. And then we're like, we're gonna get all this stuff from Marvel, and everyone's like, yeah, but in reality, we just got like nothing from Star Wars.
Literally nothing.
And then we got reassurances of what we already knew in Marvel with like tiny teasers. Like, I mean, what we saw was cool, but it wasn't like,
right.
And I feel like it wasn't enough. I feel like we should have got that last Disney Plus Day, and then we should have got a little bit more this time, because all we really got footage wise was your boy Moon Knight, which you want to talk about that for a second? How'd you feel about that? And he's your boy. He's your boy.
I'm hyped. Just from that little bit, to me. It's already got like Joker vibes mixed. It's like as if like Joker.
Wait, which Joker? Which Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Bro, when he has his hands up against the glass, I'm like, what is like? Okay, let's.
You like bathroom dancing?
He's in his Mr. Knight costume. yeah.
That's it looked really cool. The Moon Knight stuff it's really interesting. I'm excited to see what that is going on with that. Oscar Isaac, I love home.
I may be a little bit biased, but to be honest, out of all the trailers, that was the only one I was like, yeah, this is the only one that's interesting.
I disagree, man. I'm so hyped for She-Hulk, man. She-Hulk looks so good.
Right.
I'm so excited, dude. I love the Hulk, and they haven't done enough Hulk in a long time. And I've been wanting a Hulk solo project forever, but Universal doesn't like money for some reason, so they don't let him do it. So I've been waiting for a Hulk something. So She-Hulk is going to be freaking badass. I'm excited. I'm so hyped for that. It looks cool. And then, what's her name? Tatiana Maslany, I think her name was. She was being She-Hulk. She looked great. Big rumors that Matt Murdock's gonna be in the show. Which is gonna be fucking awesome.
After he makes his debut in No Way Home.
After No Way Home debut. Speaking of which, by the way, they also showed footage for Miss Marvel, but that didn't really look interesting, if I'm being honest.
I
heard they're changing her powers like a lot, man. It's kind of weird.
It's gonna be interesting.
She's gonna be like, it's like some sort of genie thing, and it's like she's mixed with tech. I don't know, man. They're changing Kamala.
Want to change her powers because her powers are kind of like weirdly similar to
Mr. Fantastic
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So maybe they want to like differentiate her a little bit.
And then I think that, and the fact that they'd have to introduce the Inhumans to actually have her origin story make sense, which I don't think they're gonna do anymore after like the whole Winter Soldier thing. You know what I mean? But we did also get like a full 6 minutes of Hawkeye, or like 5 minutes of Hawkeye. Did you watch that?
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Right. So the trailer from Hawkeye, I was kind of like, all right. It didn't really grab my interest too much. I was like, I'm gonna watch it, obviously.
Yeah.
But that clip that they showed got me more interested into the show.
I agree.
For sure. Dude, that was like, oh, okay, I'm into whatever this is happening.
The camera it was like a one-shot sequence when they were in the car.
Right, that was dope.
That was the camera movement in that was awesome. The inner film fanatic in me was like gushing, dude. I was like, dude, this looks insane, and I'm excited to see what Haley Steinfeld is gonna do. They've been hyping up Pizza Dog. He's like a minuscule little character from the comic. Love that. Did you hear or did you see on Twitter that Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Kingpin, he quote tweeted it and said, "So excited for this. Can't wait to see it." Or I can't wait. Like, it was like some like really cheeky ass tweet that came out of nowhere, and everyone was like, "What do you know, Vincent?
Bro,
what do you know, Vincent?"
Kingpin reveal at the end of the show?
Yeah, what if like the end credit scene for Hawkeye is a Kingpin reveal? And because everyone's saying the Hawkeye show is going to spin off into Echo, because they already confirmed that. Echo is casted in the Hawkeye show, and they've already confirmed that Echo is getting her own show. They confirmed that Disney Plus Day. But a big theory and rumor is that Matt Murdock and all the original actors from Daredevil will be reprising in Echo, including Vincent D'Onofrio. So, what if the post-credit scene of Hawkeye is Kingpin, dude?
That would be sick. I'd be all for it.
It wouldn't make a lick of sense. I'd be so interested because we don't know how if Daredevil is our universe or if it's a different one, right? We don't know that yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think Daredevil is our universe. What I think, so I think Charlie Cox Daredevil is MCU.
Yeah.
Because they definitely did in the Netflix show hint that it was connected, but they couldn't officially make it connected, you know?
Licensing.
So I feel like all they're doing now is just going to be like, it's officially connected now. And they might just kind of like erase some of the stuff that they don't want.
Yeah, because I'll be like, what about like Iron Fist and like Jessica Jones? Jessica Jones is cool, but like she's definitely not like MCU, like, you know?
Right.
Like she's definitely like, you know, a way different than the MCU formula. And I don't see them bringing her back. Maybe Luke Cage.
Yeah. What they could do also is just be like, oh, it was a different universe, but it was a universe that was
very similar. Yeah, very similar. I mean,
and so maybe Daredevil hasn't become Daredevil yet. Maybe he's just Matt Murdock.
Nah, man. I think he's Daredevil already.
I feel like he's
Daredevil already, man. Oh man, I'm so excited.
Knowing Kevin Feige, there's gonna be some stuff that happened in previous movies, and it'll be explained away by, oh, it was Daredevil. You know, like,
yeah. Oh, dude. Like,
we'll link it somehow.
Like who saved all you people in New York when the Avengers weren't there?
Right.
Let's just say Hell's Kitchen was a little more busy that week. Oh man, dude. Hey, let me see if I can find the exact wording of that tweet from Vincent D'Onofrio, because it was like nuts, man. I could not believe homeboy even like was tweeting that. Dude, Kevin Feige is like pissed off for sure.
The crazy part is that Vincent D'Onofrio is a huge fan of Moon Knight, and so Daredevil and Moon Knight fighting Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin, is gonna be insane.
Okay, so Vincent D'Onofrio said, it was the trailer for Hawkeye that came out a day ago on Twitter. He said, "This is going to be fun. I love these Marvel series."
Yeah,
dude, he's in it. He's always gonna show up in it. Like, why the fuck would you tweet that?
we're already trying to like limit to just like, oh, it's like the end credit scene, but watch, he's gonna be like
he's like the main bad.
In the later episodes, he's gonna have like a couple episodes worth.
Look, I'm all for just him having an end credit scene, dude.
Even if he doesn't fight or anything, if they just show him in the background working,
that's the thing about Vincent D'Onofrio. He literally doesn't even have to fight. Like, his Kingpin character was all dialogue for the entirety of the freaking show, and he killed it. Like, it was awesome. So hey, hopefully Hawkeye will smack. Hopefully Vincent D'Onofrio's in it. That'd be amazing. But speaking of Marvel projects, we're gonna move on to the next Marvel project, because we have quite a couple Marvel projects that we got to work on or talk about. I mean, so the next one is like a big one. We're talking about Eternals. So let me put the Eternals logo on, and also the Eternals spoiler tag. So if you haven't seen the Eternals yet, maybe come back in about like 5 to 10 minutes. We'll probably be done talking about that. And we'll move on to Spider-Man No Way Home, which will be, we have a lot to talk about that. But before that,
a lot of stuff.
Eternals. What did you think about it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big history nerd, and so I love like the concept and idea of like the Eternals being like demigods on Earth, like to humans, and like just explains away a lot of the history, like how they advanced so quickly. And like, it just makes sense to me,
Yeah.
It's cool how it fits in, and it still can be like, makes sense why no one thought there was anything, like it was so long ago in history that they were like active, but they were just seen as like demigods and hieroglyphs or whatever, So I love that aspect, and I love going back in time and seeing like stuff play out with them there.
I thought it was freaking phenomenal, dude. I thought visually the cinematography was awesome. I thought the fact that Chloe Zhao, when it comes to like she went and decided to use practical sets for a lot of like actual like in-camera work over the use of CGI. I thought that was freaking great. A lot of the locations looked fucking beautiful. The story was interesting. It was about like a group of 7 aliens figuring out how to be humans while humans were trying to figure out how to be human. Like, it's really like, it's such a cool like concept, you know what I mean?
It is definitely, I think, the most beautiful shot Marvel film.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Hands down.
Okay, this might be a little controversial. But does this movie feel like MCU made a Zack Snyder DC film?
Kinda. You can see a lot of influence.
That's how I feel, but sure. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I like the Zack Snyder films. I liked
a lot of DC references in it too.
Oh yeah, Batman and Superman, Superman and Alfred. Straight up name drop. They could do that, right? I mean, obviously they could do that, but it's like,
yeah, they can. I mean,
they did it.
Earth, technically.
Oh yeah, I mean, does that mean vice versa? Can DC mention that?
That means in the MCU. At least it's confirmed in the MCU that DC Comics is just a comic book company.
For now.
Unless
Dude, Doctor Strange is going to do something like... And then like... fucking Batman's going to come through. And then Bat Thumb from like my YouTube videos going to come through. It's going to be fucking sick. Everyone's going to come through. It's going to be like Endgame, but it's all these like intellectual properties coming through like from DC. Like...
Low key, it's kind of a ballsy move on Marvel to just be like, oh yeah, DC Comics, they're just comic books.
yeah, those little comics, the little comic books, yeah. The little fake superheroes, yeah, we're the real ones. Savage, dude. Okay, but I also love. So another thing I love about this film is that it made the MCU, which is already a big fucking thing, seem so small, dude. The idea of the Celestials and the lore that established with this movie was fucking nuts, dude. Like it's
oh yeah,
it's insane. I'm pretty like, I don't know if Marvel's gonna do it, but like the idea of eternity is the first being in the galaxy in the comics, right? Like eternity was the one that created the Celestials, and the Celestials created life, and then so on and so on and so on. So it's like, dog, are they gonna maybe one day? I mean, they're barely touching the surface of Celestials, which are like huge, dog. But the idea of Celestials dying are now being brought up. Like Timiot or died at the end of the film. Erisham is kind of like a threat now to the human race, if you think about it, because he is the final judgment that he's threatening on them. And then also Nowhere is dead, because Nowhere, the location in Guardians of the Galaxy, is the head of a dead Celestial. So it's like Celestials are dying left and right now. Ego, the living planet, is a rogue Celestial. So Celestials are dying left and right now, which means Celestials aren't going to be the big bads anymore, leading up to Galactus, which, you know, will lead up to Null, the God Butcher, which is already kind of in the talks with the symbiotes, right? Because the symbiotes have, in the end of Venom 2, in the post-credit scene, they were talking about how Venom and like, well, like, oh, I'll show you so much of the galaxies you don't understand, and universes and stuff like that. That's basically talking about Null, the God Butcher, right there, in the long story. And then above Null is Eternity and like the fucking like what God, what's his name, it's the head with the multiple heads that walk around the galaxy, the Living Tribunal. You know, we already saw teasers of the Living Tribunal in Loki, so it's like, dog, we're Eternals open the door for some crazy shit in the MCU, like crazy stuff, and like that's what I appreciate about it, like so much, dude. Like it's crazy. And then another thing I liked about it, right?
The wall now.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Another thing I liked about it too is that Eternals was like one of the first MCU films where it was about discussion and the idea of consequences and their own personal ideals, compared to like, oh, I'm just gonna punch the crap out of you and you're gonna go to jail. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no Wanda. It ain't no Wanda taking over an entire city and then saying, "Okay, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna leave." And like, you know, it ain't no like Ant-Man saying, "Hey, you're robbing. You can't do that, and I'm gonna punch you, and then you're gonna go to jail. But at the same time, you're glitching through multiverses, so I'm gonna help you." Right? Like, this is like consequences. People are dying left and right of the Eternals because of selfish decisions and stuff like that, and sacrifice and love and different things. Like each of the characters were fucking awesome. Like Ajax, you know, some got less screen time than others. Like Ajax, she was mainly just there for like expeditionary dialogue and like background. And Athena, Angelina, like basically all the big actors got like smaller screen time. Athena was just there, or Athena, goddess of war, was just there to like have some badass PS3 graphics cutscenes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. What do you think about the CGI?
I thought it was all right. It was a little rough, and I think in some spots.
I agree.
But I'm not too surprised, considering it was a movie that was like kind of troubled because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of these movies that were being made during the pandemic might suffer from that.
I mean, talking about No Way Home.
I hope No Way Home doesn't.
I mean, a lot of people are
too much,
people are already putting out the trailer for No Way Home, saying that there's some CGI.
Okay, before we
open that door.
We'll get there.
Before we open the No Way Home door. But let's just wrap up with the Eternals. I mean, as I said, it was an ensemble film with 10 characters. That's fucking hard to do. Like, you know,
it's really hard.
Guardians of the Galaxy had how many? What, like 5, 6?
5?
Because it's Groot, it's
Groot,
Rocket,
Gamora,
Drax,
Star-Lord.
So 5, and then Mantis.
If you want to count Nebula, I mean,
yeah, Nebula and Mantis, but that's like the second movie.
Yeah.
So like, but in the original. So one thing that I do in my video, like my video review that I'm doing for it, is I'm comparing this a little bit to the experience that I felt when James Gunn came out of nowhere with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fundamentally a group that no one, unless you were like a Marvel sweat, knew about.
Right. Yeah.
So like I was like, I'm kind of approached the Eternals like that. Like it's a group I had no idea about.
No. And I had a comic. I had an idea of what like the beginning was like, and it followed the beginning of that comic pretty close.
Okay.
Like the main concept of it. And I mean, even then, I was like, all right, cool. I'll see it. I'll figure out the rest of it when the movie comes out, because I didn't really finish it. But yeah, no, I agree. Like it took a bunch of characters I didn't know, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm interested in knowing more about them.
Yeah, and dude, and taking 10 characters and making you like all of them is an impressive feat. Like
they all had personality and motivations and stuff,
and they were all different too. Like they were all really different. Like it at their core, right? Like maybe like the only one that didn't have much personality was like Ajax, but she wasn't like a huge character fundamentally in the thing. Her character was more just like the mother of like the thing. Of the family, but
it's weird. Even I would say her, and then maybe Icarus didn't have much.
Yeah, Icarus was just more.
Icarus was just like a slide-in Superman, really, like realistically.
But he doesn't have a cape.
But either way, like he's still a cool character. Like,
yeah.
I was super intrigued by Icarus. Just it's a cool actor. Like,
oh, dude. The second I saw freaking Icarus and then Dane Whitman's fucking Jon Snow and Robb Stark, I was like, bruh, this is Game of Thrones. I'm so excited. They're all goo goo gaga for a chick named Cersei. This is Game of Thrones, dude. It's like this is Game of, and I'm so excited. And then like so I was super hyped with that. How do you feel about Jon Snow, Dane Whitman? Kit Harington.
I'm so excited.
Dude,
I am so excited for his eventual next appearance.
They teased him so hard. In the post-credit scene, do you know whose voice that was?
Oh yeah. It's fucking Blade.
It's Blade, dude.
I'm so hyped, dude.
How are they gonna do that? How are you gonna drop Blade at the end of Eternals? That's nuts. I mean, it was just a voice, but.
Midnight Suns, I'm calling it now. They're gonna lead up to Midnight Suns.
Dude, yeah, what if I didn't even think about Black Knight for Midnight Suns?
Black Knight, Blade, Moon Knight,
Doctor Strange, maybe Doctor Strange, Daredevil. Sure. That'd be dude. That's the MCU's Midnight Suns right there. That group of 5 people. That would be the sickest group of all time. I would watch the crap out of that show. And then the Punisher. So dude, the Punisher.
The Punisher.
John Bernthal comes back. Dude, ooh. I would love if John Bernthal, the Punisher, came back. That'd be freaking sick.
Ghost Rider if he shows up too.
Bring back Nicolas Cage. He'd do it.
What if in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness we get Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider and Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider?
Not even Nick. I feel like they would save it for Secret Wars.
Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, give us Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider. That would be sick. And the Robbie Reyes. That would be sick too. But hey, what do you rate Eternals?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I am also gonna agree with you and give it. Maybe like a 7. I give it like a 7.5. 7.5, I think. Where do you rank it in your MCU films?
Oof.
Because I think I rank it in my top 10, but not like high top 10, but like towards the bottom of my top 10.
I'd say anywhere from the 10 to 15 slot. I don't know exactly yet. I'd have to really look at the movies and look at them, and then maybe I should do that before our next show. I'll go through all the and like rank them all.
Okay, yeah, we'll
No Way Home.
We'll do that. Yeah, we'll have a little segment where we do our top 10, our top whatever, because it's like 22 films, 25, something like that now.
Yeah.
And then we'll even include the shows, like in the whole.
Yeah.
Slot them in there, because then that's a lot of projects.
It's a lot of Marvel content.
A lot of Marvel. But hey, I'm excited to see what the future of Eternals is going for. You know, Harry Styles made an appearance in the post-credit scene with some possibly the worst CGI.
Played.
Watermelon Sugar was blasting in the background
as he walked through the halls.
Okay, by the way, Patton Oswalt's character Pip was the grossest thing I've ever seen. Sorry,
that was disgusting.
I don't know what happened.
That was absolutely disgusting.
That CGI, I don't know what they did with it. Pip looked gross. They need to fix him for the next one. But they did Patton Oswalt dirty. But Watermelon Sugar was blasting. His nails were freshly painted. He was wearing that green outfit from that Instagram photo that's going crazy right now.
I sent it to one of my friends, and I was like, "Hey, come get your boy." And she was like, "Hey, it still looks good," and I'm like, "I don't know about that."
Oh my god! I mean, hey, all right. So the moment you've been waiting for, everyone, the moment we've been waiting for. Get this Eternals off the screen, because the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that we should have got the first time should have dropped, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened. We didn't see Toby and we didn't see Andrew, but we saw a lot. We saw 100%
confirmed.
Oh, they're 100%. The Brazil trailer basically screwed that over for them. Did you see that? Well, you saw the Brazil trailer. Oh yeah, man. Okay, so first of all, before we get into the Brazil trailer, the trailer was dope as hell. So basically, it's seeming like the fact that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man obviously botched the spell. They botched it, and all these homeboys from different dimensions are bleeding through. Now, I think there's multiple different red herrings of where Doctor Strange is and going through different times in the trailer. Like that scene where he's on the Statue of Liberty and he's like, "They're coming through and I can't stop it." Like people are saying that might be a time. Like people don't think he's gonna be at the final fight, but I don't know. But Doctor Strange. You think Doctor Strange will be in the final fight?
I think he will. I don't think he'll be fighting though.
Interesting.
My theory is that, and it kind of, I think I'm more confident now in the fact that the Toby and Andrew won't show up until the very end. They show up on the scaffold. I think they all swing onto the scaffolding together, or they'll show up earlier before that, and they'll be. So there's a wide shot of Tom Holland swinging through like those was it the electrical poles, right?
Uh-huh.
You see those, like, yeah. I feel like that shot is a little too wide, and I feel like there's two more Spider-Men swinging in that scene, and I feel like they might be going to the Statue of Liberty at that point.
Yeah,
together. So I feel like they get brought in before, just a little bit before the end.
Yeah. So Daniel Rickman did say on Twitter that they're in it before the final fight. They're gonna be in it before the final fight, and a little longer than people think, like just like the end. So like it might be maybe the second half of the film. You know what I mean?
I hope it's enough time to establish something for both of them to to move on to Tom Holland. Like what we were saying a long time ago. I want Toby to teach Tom about great power comes great responsibility, and I want Andrew to kind of show Tom how to be his own Spider-Man. You know, like how to be swagger enough. But I do think at the end, at the Statue of Liberty, I think the intention will be Doctor Strange is wanting to fight with them to get them back into the universes, but then everything's going to start rifting and tearing apart.
Yeah.
And he's going to be focused on trying to contain it. That's why he's like, I can't stop it.
But then he says he said someone's coming. Didn't he say like someone's coming through and I can't stop him?
They're coming through and I can't stop. Yeah.
Now here's the question. People are thinking
Sylvie and Loki.
Oh,
because it's the same riffs from the end of. Actually, maybe it's just Sylvie and or maybe Kang. I don't think Kang, but
no, it wouldn't be Kang. It wouldn't be Kang's first appearance is gonna be Ant-Man.
What if it's Sylvie though? Because Loki's gone with Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Mobius at the end, so it's not Loki, but maybe Sylvie shows up.
Bruh, that would be fucking nuts.
Honestly, I hope. Maybe this is another surprise that they're saving, but it would make a lot of sense too if Sam Wilson Cap shows up to help just a little bit at the end. Like, hey, what's all this going on in my city? You know, like.
Yeah, I didn't even think about Sam Wilson Cap.
What's going on here? Like.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Because I thought originally maybe, because I didn't even think about Sylvie. I thought originally maybe that when they when all the rifts was happening, I thought maybe that was a big tease for Multiverse of Madness, right? Like this movie leads into Multiverse of Madness, and whatever comes through that rift is gonna be Doctor Strange's big problem that he has to deal with for Multiverse of Madness, and they're using this movie to explain it. But who knows? But Sylvie coming in, like that's interesting. But also, what would they even do with Sylvie?
I don't know. But like,
imagine Sylvie just trying to explain everything to Doctor Strange.
It would make sense if, like, I feel like she would just show up unintentionally, just because of how everything got screwed up at the end of Loki. She's probably, oh, what the?
Yeah, well, of course,
she gets sent into the 616 MCU.
She's like, where the fuck am I? Yeah, like, do you know Loki? Like, yeah, of course, we know Loki.
I am also wondering, Venom shows up at the end of. Here's the thing. I've seen a theory that Doc Ock is dead by the time the ending shows up. By that final battle.
Dead?
I don't know if you just keep noticing he doesn't show up.
Yeah, no, he's
not in at that final battle at all. Goblin shows up, and you see actually. Who knows? Goblin kind of shows up in the sky, but we don't know if it's at New York, at the Statue of Liberty. The only ones that we really see for sure they're fighting are Sandman, Lizard, and Electro.
I think Goblin will survive because I've heard he's like the main big bad of the whole film. But you might be right about Octopus, dude. Oh my god, what is it?
I think Doc Ock dies.
Oh my god.
I think he's gonna have a change of heart.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
It's clear he's already like communicating with Tom Holland.
Yeah, he's a good, because you remember, Dr. Octavius is a good dude. It's when the thing takes over that it pushes him to do bad shit.
Yeah,
like it's when the arms take over. So it's like, what if Dr. Octavius doesn't want to help Green Goblin, and what if Green Goblin kills him?
I can see it.
Oh my god.
We're not. You know, there's one thing I want in this movie. I want Toby to hit us with the "It's you who's out, Gobby." One more time. Just one more time.
Okay, so we see a lot of different suits. We see the destruction of what we assume is the Stark suit, which I think Dr. Octopus's tentacles, it looks like they took over the nanobots of the Stark suit.
The Stark suit.
Yeah, because the tentacles are literally transforming red in real time. While, like, if you remember in Infinity War, he was fighting Thanos and he was ripping his armor off, and the nanotech was formed around to the armor or to like the spot to protect him. The same thing was happening with the Iron Spider suit, because when he was attacking him, if you noticed, the only part that had a spider suit was his chest to his face, and then when he attacked him when he tried to use the claw on his chest, all of the face went down just to the chest, and that's why he saw his head. He was like, "You're not Peter Parker." So like, obviously that suit's gonna get completely destroyed.
That's
the classic red. So here's what I hear to answer Molly's question. Hi, Molly, by the way. To answer her question, she's talking about like Doctor Strange, and he has like this weird gadget on his arm. There's a scene where he has this really cool black and gold suit. Have you seen the black and gold suit?
Yeah.
So the black and gold suit, from what I hear, apparently someone throws paint on him, like throws paint on his suit, and he flips his black and red suit inside out. So, or he flips his like the regular black and red suit inside out, causing all the wirings and stuff like that to be exposed, causing the black and gold look, which I thought it looks like a dope ass suit, if I'm being honest, like flipped inside out.
Yeah, it looks cool.
But the gadget that she's referring to, and actually from what I heard as well, it is it's given to Spider-Man from Doctor Strange, and what that gadget does, it traps the people like that he's fighting and teleports them back to that sanctum. the sanctum in the bottom where he was talking to Doctor Strange, for like, or where he was talking to Dr. Octavius, and he was like, "Hey, what's your name?" He was like, "Dr. Octavius, Otto Octavius," and they were laughing at him, which fucking savage, by the way, that they did that shit. That was super super savage. But apparently that is a gadget that allows him to teleport the enemies to that area, to that area.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's from what I heard.
Maybe that's the first half of the film.
Yeah, so that's what Doctor Strange said. You have to Scooby Doo this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, Scooby Doo this shit.
That makes sense because when I heard that line in the trailer, I was like, I don't know if I like that. But it makes sense if that's what he's doing.
Literally they're literally Scooby Dooing him, rounding him all up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's gonna be the first half of the film. I think he's gonna round them all up, right? And then he's gonna face that problem where it's like, oh shit, I can't round them all up because I kill them, or like it's like, or Spider-Man kills them. It's like that whole like conundrum. Then he lets them go, and then probably that's where the Spider-Men are gonna come in to fight for the third act.
Remember, there was a rumor that someone important in Peter would die.
Who do you think? Who do you
Happy.
think? You think they're Happy?
I think Happy's dead.
I think it's gonna be Ned.
I don't think so.
I think it's gonna be Ned, bro.
I have a theory on Ned though.
Gonna kill Happy Hogan?
So,
no,
here's what I
he's
think
the remnant of Iron Man. You can't kill him. He's what's left of Iron Man.
I think what's gonna happen. I don't know if you've seen it. If you saw it in the trailer, someone on Twitter pointed this out. But there's that scene where he's like looking distraught in that car.
Yeah.
You see all the cops with like the guns and the lasers pointing in at the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts away. You don't see it, and then later on, if you freeze the frames enough, you'll see that there's a moment where they're outside of a building, and there's a bunch of like first responders surrounding a car again, a bunch of cops with their guns drawn out, and they're looking at this car in the middle, and the car blows up. I think Happy dies because of Green Goblin.
Oh my!
And I think that's the scene where Tom's trying to get the goblin bombs. You know, you see him like flying and he's trying to grab the goblin bombs, and I think it's gonna be one of them goes underneath the car, blows it up, killing Happy, and that's when he's talking to, was it Aunt May, I think, and he goes, "I can't save everyone," and he's like crying and he looks all messed up. I think Happy's dying, 100%. I think he's dead.
I'm gonna cry.
And I think it's gonna mess Tom.
It's messing me up, man. It's a fictional thing that we don't even know what's gonna happen, and I'm crying, dude. Oh my god, bruh, I'm gonna.
Dude, I think Green Goblin is gonna wreak havoc in this movie. I feel like he's gonna be the one that kills Happy. He's gonna be the one that convinces Ned to be
a hobgoblin
in the future. So I think he's gonna get in Ned's head. He's gonna be like, hey, you really think Spider-Man's gonna be there? You think
Spider-Man's gonna be for you forever?
He's gonna be there.
You're
he's
nobody.
gonna have the knowledge that like he's willing to turn his back on anybody.
He'd rather be there for the girl. I had a son just like you, and he chose the girl over.
Right. Ah! That scene at the end where it's Ned and MJ, and Ned tries to catch MJ and she still falls. Tom doesn't even look at Ned. He goes straight down, looking, trying to go for MJ.
I mean,
I think he's gonna.
Molly just said, "Let it be MJ instead," as a reference to the death of Gwen Stacy. Well, everyone's saying it's the opposite. Everyone's saying, what if Andrew Garfield is the one that saves MJ, or saves Zendaya?
I think this is what I want to happen, and maybe some form of this is gonna happen. But I think Tom is going to try to save MJ at that point. It clearly shows he dives. He's going to try to go for it. He's not using his web. Maybe something Tom or Andrew told her or told him.
Don't use your web.
Previously,
don't use your web. Just go faster. Just use that time to go faster.
But I think what's going to happen is that I think Ned's going to fall off of that whatever's falling apart at that point too.
Goblin's
Tom's
gonna
not
save
even
him.
gonna notice. He's just gonna go straight for MJ, and Ned's gonna notice that. Green Goblin's gonna get in his head. Eventually, later on down the road, he's gonna be like, "Dude, you abandoned me for her," and it's just gonna mess him up, and he's gonna turn into a Hobgoblin later. But I think with MJ, I think Tom is still gonna fail. She's almost gonna die, but I think Andrew's gonna save her and have some
Like
sort
a
of line where
redemption. Yeah.
yeah, like this is not happening again.
Not again. Like, I broke a promise once, but those are the best kind. Dude, oh my, I still can't get, I can't get over that, man. If Happy Hogan dies in this fucking film, I'm gonna cry. I'm crying in the theater. You have no idea how much I'm gonna cry in that fucking theater, dude.
We're all going into this movie like super hyped, and I think we're all
We're
gonna
leave crying, dude. Oh my god, this is nuts, dude.
It's like but it would be so good because
it would be great. No, it would be fucking great. No one would see it.
But like that'll make it even better because it'll be like an actual good movie. It'll mean that it got to you.
Who's gonna take care of Tony's daughter? No. No.
I guess.
Oh man. No. I don't want it to happen. I will live in denial, Gabe. I will live in denial till I see it on the screen. Happy Hogan will live. Hashtag happy forever.
If Happy dies, we riot.
Dude, oh my god, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's one thing I'm 100%. I think Green Goblin's gonna kill Happy.
Dude, that would be literally the craziest thing. It makes so much sense. Like, that is the tipping point that would break Tom. But like,
because then all of his connections to Iron Man would be severed, which is one of the biggest criticisms that all these Spider Boys have. You know, like,
oh, you're right.
They all whine and complain that he still relies on Stark tech. It's like he doesn't though. He literally doesn't. Even in Far From Home, he uses his spidey senses to beat the drones. But dude, it would be the final.
But what to do? What? But for the fight, like what would that inspire him to do? Kill the Goblin?
It wouldn't. I think if anything, it would inspire him
to not save them.
Not inspire him, but then the whole idea of that he needs to try to save them.
It's so now he doesn't want to save them. The contradicting
between him and Ben with Doctor Strange would change, where he would agree with like, okay, we need to get rid of him, but I need help.
I need 2 more of me from different dimensions.
I need 2 more versions of me.
My God, man, I'm so excited. Okay, and then
I know a big criticism of Tom's Spider-Man is that he apparently hasn't suffered enough, which I think is BS.
Bro, okay.
Bro, homie has suffered a lot.
Dog, yeah. Watch my fucking video on who's the best Spider-Man on my channel, dude. Fucking people don't give enough credit to Tom. Like, the scene in Spider-Man Homecoming where he had a fucking building dropped on him and he looked into the water and he had to figure out himself who is Spider-Man, and then he had that freaking repeat in his head of Tony Stark saying, if you have to wear the mask to be Spider-Man, then you shouldn't have it, and like he fucking lifted a building off his back. Bruh, that shit's powerful. When he used his spider sense to stop Jake Gyllenhaal like he was Taylor Swift, dude, fucking powerful. Like, you ain't gonna tell me Tom Holland haven't done shit.
With Tom Holland, it's like, bro, I get it. People like Andrew, I love them too.
Me too.
Tom is on another level.
They're
on another level.
All great.
They're all good at whatever they do, you know?
Toby was awesome, and he hits everything on the nostalgia. Andrew was a great Spider-Man that maybe wasn't the best Peter, but I would love to see him get a 3rd film. But Tom Holland just fucking gets it. He understands the assignment. He understands.
He understood the assignment.
He's 100%. A great fucking actor. Is he gonna be a good Nathan Drake? I don't know, but he's a good Spider-Man. I like how, dude. I watched the trailer for Uncharted, and like I've never played the Uncharted games. I own the trilogy for my PS4, but I've never played them. Maybe I will now before the movie comes out. But I'm like, I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, so this is Spider-Man without powers.
Oh my god.
Watch the trailer again and then just be all like, okay, watch the trailer again and just think, okay, this trailer is Spider-Man without powers, and then watch it. You're like, well, crap. You're right. That's Spider-Man without powers. But whatever. True. Good for little Tom Holland. Hey, Tom Holland is everyone, and so is Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is everyone. Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, the voice and face of this generation.
I just, at this point now, anytime like people are like fan casting anything, I was like, how about Chris Pratt?
Bro. I like how I personally have done 2 videos on Chris Pratt. I hate that. I've done 2 videos on Chris Pratt.
Already one too many.
It's I mean, one of them was on the Mario casting. I mean, how can you not talk about that? I mean, the other one,
hey, it's me, Mario.
The other one, it's me, Mario. Like, oh my! And the other one was the Garfield casting. Like, man, did you hear what Chris Pratt said about Mario? His Mario voice.
No.
He said that he's not going to be Italian. He's going to be normal.
So it's gonna be good.
I'm sorry, Chris Pratt, but are Italians not normal? Dude, Chris Pratt as Mario is gonna be with some of the freaking. Oh, God, I'm not even gonna get into the Mario casting anymore. I've done a video about it. You want to hear my takes on it? Go watch that shit. But speaking of Tom Holland and Spider-Man. Tom Holland is I think Tom Holland is playing some 3D chess with Sony here and with Marvel, because he recently said that it's kind of the big thing of the video, Tom Holland quitting. So he said in an interview that he sees himself not being, he feels like if he's still playing Spider-Man by the age of 30, he's done it wrong. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Holland is 24, and if we take movie productions into consideration, takes about 2 to 3 years per movie. He's probably got like 2 more movies as Spider-Man, if by Tom Holland's logic. What do you feel about that? You think Tom Holland's gonna quit at 30?
I think he's trying to get out of going to the Sonyverse.
I didn't even think about that. I think this is what he's doing. I think he's trying to get out of acting, right? So on, so when like, oh, I'm done. I already said I'm done at 30, and then beep beep beep. Here comes the fucking money truck of millions of dollars. Like, oh no, Tom, we need you. Forget about that quitting at 30 bullcrap. Here's a couple gajillion dollars. He's gonna be the new freaking RDJ, and then. It's all 4D chess. It's all fucking 4D chess with Tom Holland. He's not gonna quit at 30. That's what the hell?
No.
That's way too young.
Homie wants money.
Homie wants. What did you hear? What he said?
Doesn't want his career killed.
He said that. He said he sees himself buying a bunch of properties and renting out like the apartments at really low rent. He wants to be a landlord.
I'll live with Tom Holland.
I'll live in Tom Holland's apartments, dude. He like pay $25 a month and live in Tom Holland's apartments. Hell yeah. He was like, because he said he'll charge low rent because he doesn't need the money.
He's a psycho. I love it.
I love it, dude. I'm all for Tom Holland and his desire to be a landlord instead of being Spider-Man. Because everyone knows that
everyone grows up wanting to be a landlord.
They grow up and they wouldn't want to be Spider-Man when they grow up. They would grow up and they want to be a landlord.
Yeah, that's.
Bro, Andrew Garfield.
I feel like it's definitely 3D chess.
How old
he's
is
like, I want the bag. 2, don't send me to Sony. Basically, I'm putting myself on a time clock. I'm not gonna do this if I'm gonna be. Don't send me to Sony for a couple of years.
You're like, Marvel, listen up. You're on a time clock here. You have till I'm 30 to get me back, or else I'm out of here. Bruh, and then cause look, what, Andrew Garfield is in his 30s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee right now, if they told Andrew Garfield, we're gonna give you another movie in a heartbeat, he'd be like, yes, let's go, please.
100%.
Like being
if they said we'll give you another, you want to be Spider-Man again? He'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. Like what? I don't understand the quote. If I'm still doing this when I'm 30, I'm doing it wrong. Hey dog, if I was Spider-Man, I'll be doing it till I'm 50. Like what the hell? Like I'm gonna be old man Spider-Man on the screen. Like, and I'm doing it until they don't want me anymore. Fuck, I don't care if I'm 30 or if I'm 100. Like I'll be Spider-Man until I die. Like what do you?
Yeah, Spider-Man's a gig I would do as long as they let me do it.
But then again, Tom probably has to be on a crazy workout regimen. Crazy exercise, crazy eating regimen. He's probably at a bunch of press tours all the time. He probably wants a break, and I get it. I'd want that too, Tom. So if you want a little break to be a landlord when you're 30, go do it, but then come back. Come back and be Spider-Man.
Come back in for an epic.
But then again, he also said that if they were to do it, they was like, if he doesn't want to do it anymore, right? He wants to move on, be a landlord. That they should do a Miles Morales film. He straight up said it. He was like, they should focus on characters like Miles Morales. So
yeah, homie straight just said name drop Miles Morales. I was like, all right, homie.
I mean, someone has to. Jesus Christ, no one does it. No one does it over there. I'm glad it was Tom. Show a little respect to the Miles Morales.
I love how Tom has done his best to negate anything.
Mm-hmm. For what? Like,
and then just with this movie, yeah. And then he just straight up just name drops Miles Morales, which is probably in the works right now.
Oh, 100% is in the works. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's a Miles Morales something in this movie, in No Way Home, something.
Here's another hot, bold prediction.
Ooh.
What if in the end credit scene, one of the end credit scenes, we see a suited up Miles Morales and a Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen. Just in a different universe.
Hold on. What? I just got another crazy theory.
What if it's Emma Stone too? As fucking.
I was gonna say, what if one of the post-credit scenes? Oh, this would be nuts. A portal opens up, and all three of the Spider-Men from this movie go through, and all three of them end up into the Spider-Verse universe, and they're all going to be in the next Into the Spider-Verse movie.
That'd be insane.
I didn't even think that'd be fucking nuts, bro. And then they have their own role into the Spider-Verse 2, and then using that plot, they send everyone back.
Dude, what? But okay, imagine an emotional moment if Emma Stone actually just came back as Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, that'd be fucking nuts. That would be crazy.
She shows up in front of Andrew Garfield, and they're both
oh, because they both died in their universe.
They both died in their universe.
And they just make out, and they love each other.
They just giant makeout
session because they love each other, and they were so excited that both of them have spider powers now.
That'd be nuts. Damn.
I don't think Emma Stone's gonna be in the movie.
I don't think so.
Because she was pregnant during this time, wasn't she?
Right.
She was having her child.
There's a lot of stuff they could do in a movie because I don't think she would have any action scenes. I feel like it would just be an end credit scene where she shows up, through a portal or something in front of Andrew. Let's say, there's a lot of theories that could happen. I don't know what's gonna happen at the end of this movie. Something tells me this movie's not gonna end on a finished note. I feel like it's gonna bleed into Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'm actually wondering if we're gonna maybe have some Spider-Man stuff in Doctor Strange 2 at the beginning of the movie, and then they get resolved quickly out, and then it moves on to Wanda.
I've been hearing
I have no idea how this is gonna end.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about freaking Doctor Strange, dude. Apparently they're
either they're doing heavy
rewrites,
what's going on?
Hey, but apparently No Way Home had rewrites too. So maybe for the best. Maybe it's for the best. Hopefully for the best. So before we end the show, right? I want to give. There's actually 2 video games I want to talk about. Throw a little gaming into the mix because before this, according to YouTube, we were in a gaming category before we changed it. So maybe let's talk about a little gaming, right? There's actually 2 games I want to talk about. One of them is maybe give my little review, a little recommendation. Is Guardians of the Galaxy. Have you played it?
I have not.
Okay, so I won't go.
I've heard great things about it.
I won't go into much spoilers about it. I just want to talk about it slightly. It's a phenomenal game, dude. It definitely has some like graphical issues or whatever, but I'm sure if you have some high-end PC, it won't look that great or won't look that bad. I was playing it on my Xbox Series X, and it looked fantastic for the most part. It's a great story. It's really emotional, like for the most part. It's a fantastic like emotional story about the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not in the MCU. It's definitely in its own universe, but it pulled from a lot of different things in the comics, which I thought were freaking awesome. Like Fing Fang Foom makes an appearance, and all these other big like characters that like are like referenced in the movies and the comics. They are in it. Each of the characters are super awesome and authentic to how they feel in the movies, and as well I don't really read them in the comics, so like I can't really base them off anything with the comics, but they feel like the same vibe from the movies, which is awesome. Their voice actors all did a great job. Honestly, for the most part, the only one that took me away from the voice acting was Rocket's. But after like 15 minutes, I got used to it. You know what I mean? Like I just thought, like, okay, cool. Because I think just Bradley Cooper's voice is just like such like a distinct voice in your head that like you were expecting Bradley Cooper when you see Rocket. But
yeah.
But after a while, I got really good. I got really into it. The fucking characters were really great. The story was awesome. The gameplay kind of runs like a mixture of Jedi Fallen Order and Final Fantasy 15, the story-based Final Fantasy game, if you've played it. Final Fantasy 15 is like a 4-person squad game where you can control where you play one character, but you also control like the side ability and actions of your other squad. That's basically how this game runs. You play a Star-Lord the entire game, but you control the other Guardians with like their like who to attack, who to give special attacks to, and shit like that. And then at the same time, it's kind of like Jedi Fallen Order, like movement-wise, parkour-wise, and stuff like that. Fun game. And great soundtrack. Definitely has a lot of copyrighted songs, so maybe don't stream this one. Unless I'm not sure if they have like a streamer mode or like a turn off the music mode or whatever. But definitely very interesting, very fun game. If you want just a fun, story-driven, beautiful-looking game, highly recommend it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
For sure.
Another thing, that game was not marketed well. I didn't even know it came out. Like, it was out for like 3 days before I bought it. Like, and I was like, oh, that game's out now? Like, I saw it advertised on my Xbox home screen, and I was like, oh shit, it's out? Like, I didn't even know it was out. Like, and I didn't know when it was coming out. Like, I thought it was coming out next year, if I'm being honest. So yeah. I was like thoroughly surprised when it dropped.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games recently where I'm like, oh, it's out now? That's crazy.
Games
haven't been marketed very well.
Yeah, and or haven't been popping off that very well either, for the most part. Like, it's either nowadays every game has glitches or they're some sort of fucking incompletion. Like, have you seen all the stuff going on with Grand Theft Auto, the Definitive Edition?
Oh, that's horrible.
Okay, hear me out. I don't know if it's just because I have it on the Xbox, but I don't understand why everyone's so fucking pissed. Like, I get it. It has its glitches and its bugs and everything, but ladies and gentlemen, they never advertised it as like a 100% remastered. They said it was gonna be a graphical touch up, right? Remember the game you're playing. You're playing a game that came out on the fucking Xbox. Like, a game that can be run on the iPhone. Like, what are you expecting? Like, why are you guys expecting, like, a fucking God tier? Why are you expecting the Halo 2 remaster? Like, what? They never said it was going to be that. Like, I don't I played it. I played San Andreas. I haven't played 3 or Vice City yet. So maybe my opinion will change next week. Who knows? But from my experience,
and people should also know, like, with how long ago they announced it and how quick it came out after they announced it, like, they did not work on this very long.
Yeah, and
like,
then also, to note, the people that made this isn't the full team of Rockstar. It's the side team that made the iPhone port.
Yeah.
So it's like, chill, guys. Like, everyone is going ham on a Rockstar, and it's like I get it. Like, it's buggy, but you're playing a game that came out in like the fucking early 2000s. Like,
I feel like a lot of it is frustration with no GTA 6.
Okay, yeah. I will admit.
I feel like majority is that people are just upset that there's no news or info on if they're even doing GTA 6.
I think they have said they're doing GTA 6,
like
but
this,
they haven't even, like, yeah. And then what was I gonna say? I dropped my train of thought on that one. I will say the game is glitchy, right? But at the same time, I don't know. I just thought I thought it was fine for the most part. And then the whole thing that it's like, it's not really Rockstar. It's like a branch of Rockstar that did it. I just think people are going a little off the rails. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it. For me, it feels like, you know when you're a kid and you play a game and in your head, like, as an adult, you have that memory of you playing that game as a kid, and like that version of the game is in your head. But if you went back as an adult now and played that exact same game, it's like, oh, this game's fucking trash, right? Like, it looks nothing like I remember. It plays nothing like I remember.
Oh yeah.
This version of Rockstar, like, or of San Andreas or whatever, is how I felt when I was like a kid. Like, that's like the version I remembered in my head. That's how it looks like now. Like, that's like, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Like, it feels like what I pictured as a kid in real life now. Because, like, I could go play the original one. Well, not anymore, because that's what I was gonna say. Oh, there it is. Did you hear that? This was scummy. This is scummy, and that I will 100% agree that Rockstar took out the original games off of Steam.
Oh, they did?
They took off the original 3, Vice City and San Andreas off of Steam. If you own it, you own it. But the ones that you could buy for like $5 each or whatever, like $10 each, is now off the store. You can only buy the definitive edition, which is $60. So, like, that's scummy. We'll say that 100%.
Wow, Rockstar.
Yeah, but actually, that wasn't even the second game that I wanted to talk about. But I'm glad we had a little conversation about that, because I wanted to get that off my chest. Because that's a bit of frustration. I've been seeing everyone pissed off, but it's like, man, what were you expect? Like, okay, look, if they marketed it as, like, have you played the Halo 2 remaster?
Yeah,
the Halo 2 remaster honestly is
solid.
It's one of my favorite video games of all time. Because Halo 2 already was one of my favorite video games of all time. But that remaster was so fucking beautifully done that it, like, shot to the top of, like, one of my favorite games of all time, right? The Halo 2 remaster. Like, if they were marketing it like that, like, we're doing a full remaster from new cutscenes, yeah, from the ground up, new map, new cutscenes, new everything, and then it came out like that, then we have a problem. You know what I mean? Then we have a huge fucking problem. But everyone's comparing this to, like, CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk. But no, Cyberpunk was a fucking train wreck, because they promised the next generation of gaming, essentially. And then we got poo-poo caca. But with this one, it was just a graphical touch-up. And it still runs and plays and everything you want still there. Yeah, there are some funky stuff, but who cares? It's an old-ass game that just got a graphical touch-up. Like, what are you expecting?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my GTA rant. But the last one I want to talk about, I'm bringing it up because I saw your tweet about it, and I played a couple games of it myself. Halo Infinite, multiplayer dropped for free out of nowhere. Came out of there like, all right, hey, fuck it. We're dropping our multiplayer the week before Battlefield comes out. Which also I've heard hasn't been getting good reviews either.
No, it's been dogged on.
Yeah, that's sad. I'm not a big Battlefield fan. I love the Battlefront games, but I'm not a big fan of the Battlefield games. Just because I'm pretty trash at them.
3, and I played 4, but I think 3 was the best one that I've played. And I've noticed a steady decline in Battlefield, honestly, since 4 in quality. And when I saw the trailer for this, I was very vocal on Twitter. I was like, "This looks terrible."
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
I hated the way it looked. Like I did not like the futuristic look. I didn't like any of that, and I was like, "This looks cringe." And yeah, it definitely came out, and I was like, I'm not surprised at how bad it is.
Man, I haven't even seen any gameplay. Trashed on too. Oh, Vanguard's been getting so. I don't really am like a big multiplayer guy on Vanguard, but like I'm a big zombies guy, and bruh, the zombies have been getting fucking trashed on Vanguard, dude. Everyone hates the zombies. They took out round-based like the traditional round-based system. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? Like you're just gonna make it completely different, and then like it's not even an Easter egg. Trash, dude. Fucking trash. But have you played it, Vanguard?
I have not. So okay, I haven't played any. I bought a PS5. I don't know if I ever brought this up on here. I got a PS5.
I still need to get one.
Maybe a couple months ago. It's still not plugged in. That is just how uninterested I am right now in what's been coming out. It's been dog, honestly. Like,
well, dude,
the only game I want to play is Returnal and Miles Morales, but I still want to go back and like play through, like finish playing through, because I was taking like Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man PS4, like hardcore. I was playing really through it.
Oh yeah.
And then I took a break because I was in the middle of like trying to finish up school and stuff, and I never went back and finished it. But I do want to go back and finish that before I plug it in, buy Miles Morales, and play Miles Morales.
I've 100% both Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales twice. Like,
oh yeah.
I beat the shit out of that game. I fucking love both of those I love Spider-Man in general. He's my favorite heroes of all time. I love his games. So literally that's the only reason why I want a PS5 is for Spider-Man PS5. It's the only reason why I want one. And I want
Spider-Man 2 and I want Wolverine so bad.
Oh dude, I have fucking Wolverine, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe Insomniac's doing a Wolverine game. I hope they cross over. Like, dude, if they don't cross over, like, that's a missed opportunity. If Spider-Man isn't swinging in, or Miles Morales isn't swinging in the Wolverine game, or like if there isn't like a TV in the background and fucking Spider-Man swinging like on the news or something, or it's like Jay Jonah, missed opportunity. Like, oh man. But hey, super excited. Gaming's looking bright, kinda. And depending where you're looking, I guess. Depending where you're looking. If you're looking at your first-person shooters, maybe not too bright. Unless you play Halo Infinite, which is what we were going to talk about. I saw your tweet. You were saying how you didn't like Halo 4 and 5 multiplayer, which honestly, I agree. Fucking trash. Halo 5 Guardians was probably the worst Halo game, in my opinion, in a while. People might disagree with me, but then again, everyone had their own opinion. I've been playing Halo Infinite for a little bit. Played the past 2 days. It's fun. It's great. I'm loving the feeling of it.
I'm having fun with it.
Yeah. What's your favorite weapon? You have like a favorite?
Honestly, the DMR. That thing is silly.
You mean the Commando?
Is it the single shot rifle?
I think they took out the DMR.
No, there's a single shot rifle. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's called something else. There's the assault rifle, there's the BR, and then there's the single shot rifle.
Yeah, I think but you could hold down the trigger on the single shot rifle, right? It's not fully automatic.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the Commando.
One tap.
I think you're talking about the Commando. Yeah. It is single shot, but you can hold down the trigger and make it full auto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the Commando.
I use the single shot mode, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's so good. I am upset the shotgun got nerfed to oblivion.
I love the bullfrog games. Oh, I love. Okay, I do agree it was nerfed from the other games, but I feel like the bullfrog is a good weapon on its own. Like, it's a good like fucking it's a great shot and punch weapon, which is like all I am. Like, when I love going into there and fucking blah blah blah. I've gotten like great fucking kill streaks with the the bullfrog. But my friends agree with you. All my friends in my squad, they're all like, it's trash, and I'm like, nah, man, you just don't know how to use it.
Here's the thing, like with me, I've tried using the shotgun like I would like in Halo 3 or like in Halo Reach, or you run up, shotgun melee, and that's it. They're out.
Yeah.
I can't do that in this game. Like by the time I get up to them, I'll shoot once, and they can melee me twice before I can even do anything else.
Well, the bullfrog is. I
feel like it's so slow.
The bullfrog's full auto too. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Full auto shotgun. So I mean, I do hope they bring back the pump, because I think the bullfrog is full auto. But you know, it's a free multiplayer. They're probably going to be adding stuff eventually. And then, how do you feel about the battle pass?
If I'm correct, it's in beta still, right?
Yeah, it technically is beta still, from what I heard. Like, that's how they're advertising it. But
the
battle pass kind of like the leveling up for the kind of lame in battle pass.
I get it because it's free to play, but like.
But if you're paying for the battle pass,
right?
Like
it's
Fortnite's free to play.
I think it ends up being more expensive because if you want to unlock armor at a decent rate, which is still not very decent, then you gotta get the battle pass.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know. I don't like games. I mean, free to play is nice.
Yeah.
It gives everyone a chance to play it. But I don't like how pretty much if you want anything cool, you have to get a battle pass to get cool stuff, or you have to buy any cosmetic.
Back in the day with the old Halo games, like if you wanted the recon helmet, like you had to do some crazy shit to get that recon helmet. You want the Hayabusa helmet, you got to do some crazy shit to get that Hayabusa helmet. Like it wasn't like just get the battle pass and like level up like 100 levels to get the Hayabusa helmet. Like nah, you had to fucking like do all these challenges, all these crazy. Like I had to have a friend. Like back in the day, I legit had to have a friend come over that was like better than me in Halo to help me get a certain helmet. Like that's how it was back in the day. You know what I mean? But
you had to earn it.
Yeah, you had to earn it, brother. But now it's just like man, you gotta fucking. You just gotta pay $10, get that battle pass, and you get a flaming helmet. Dude, the flaming helmet was a big deal back in the day. You had a flaming helmet that was huge.
You were either a Bungie or you did something.
Yeah, it was literally it. Yeah, you were either working at Bungie or you did something crazy. Like that was the only way to get fire in your head back in the day.
It was such like a mythical thing too. Like
yeah, you saw someone with fire in their head, you know that guy the badass.
Like, dude, how?
You knew that guy was sweated ass to fucking get that shit. But like now that's the level 100 battle pass reward. Flaming Skull. So it's like
I just don't know how I feel about it. And like there's cool armor for sure. Like I like the customization. I'll be honest, another thing that turned me off from Halo 4 and 5 was the Gundam Spartan suits.
Oh, I hated how they're all bulky.
So Gundam-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I like that this looks back to like the Reach / Halo 3 like armor.
I agree.
Feels more Halo than it does like
feels more soldier
anime.
Than anime. Yeah. I don't like the whole armor hall thing where it's like the armor core. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
The customization, honestly, I just wish it went back to the Halo Reach customization. Halo Reach's customization was the best customization of all.
Halo Reach customization was the best Reach.
Like that was it was the best customization of all, and it's like that. Like I wish they would go back to that, like 100%. Like it was super simple.
I don't like the color palettes either.
Oh, I don't like that either. 100%.
I wish you could just
pick your
customize.
Color.
Yeah.
Like the old days.
But whatever, shaders it is, I guess.
It's like when Destiny did that, dude. Destiny brought the shaders out. Ever since Destiny brought the shaders out, everyone's out here doing shaders nowadays. Fuck what I say.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I guess.
What are you gonna do, man? All right. Anything you want to add else? Or we're on the top of video games. Anything else you want to add before we head out of here?
If I can get my buddies to agree tomorrow, I'll probably be doing an all talk no show video game.
Oh hell yeah!
Podcast.
Yeah, shoot the link to that. We'll post it on the Fandation Twitter.
It'll be on my Twitch channel, so Foster Sore.
I will definitely be retweeting that on the Fandation Twitter, 100%.
Because they came to me, they wanted to talk about the Game of the Year nominations and how rough gaming has been this year.
Oh.
Just going by the nominations.
That sounds awesome. Okay.
And then, I mean, there's like the Resident Evil movies coming out too, so we might talk about the casting of that. And
Robbie Amell. Robbie Amell is the guy. Stephen Amell's cousin, the Green Arrow's cousin, is the main character.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in gaming that's been happening that we haven't talked about, so we'll probably catch up on a lot of stuff. Yeah. We got the Warner Brothers Smash game.
Oh, I saw that, dude. The fucking the multiverses or whatever. The multiverses, dude. With Supreme Shaggy or whatever the fuck.
Matt Lillard
Super Saiyan Shaggy, dude. Oh, and then Tara Song is Harley
Conroy
Quinn.
as Batman, like
Tara Song is Harley Quinn. Iconic, dude.
They're bringing up the big guns, especially after Nickelodeon didn't put like I heard Nickelodeon also
no voice lines. No voice lines. Yeah, it's just like grunts. Like weird grunts.
Yeah, that's a shame. So Warner Bros. Had to be like, all right, we can do that.
Yeah, we going in.
Drop the money.
They got Arya Stark.
That's insane.
Hey, before we head out of here, multiverses. It's all Warner Brothers, right? DLC characters.
LeBron James.
Name some DLC characters. LeBron James. The dude from Clockwork Orange.
Dude, they're gonna drop Michael Jordan and LeBron James' DLC.
Jim Carrey's The Mask, 100%. The Penguin, 4 different versions of the Joker.
Pennywise,
the Pennywise from Space Jam, though, the one that just claps in the background like looking like an idiot. The Iron Giant, he's gonna be a character, but he's gonna be tiny. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a fun show. I'm glad that we did one. It's been 4 weeks in the last one. You believe that?
I know. I'm trying to be more consistent, but it's been rough.
Hard. Yeah, it's hard. And then
I went on vacation last week, so
I'm going on vacation next week. So it's like that's like the thing. But we each of us have content. If you guys were curious about that, I have my channel Just Fernie, where I'm posting all these videos. I have 2 coming up. I'm doing an Eternals review because I saw that movie twice. If you're still here, shout out to Molly. I want to go watch it with her. And then I'm doing a stock photo video, and that's gonna be fucking fun because I found some interesting stock photos. And I think I'm gonna end the video by doing a stock photo like myself. You know what I mean? Like I want to do stock photos of myself. Like really cheesy ones, and I'm gonna add them to the video at the end. So I have those videos coming up. So go ahead and check out Just Fernie on YouTube, and then check out Gabe at any locations. Right, Gabe? Where can that be?
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Definitely do Twitch because I think this week I'll be able to stream.
Yeah, because you're trying to.
I have some shifts that
no talk, no show, closing. Baby. No talk, no show, baby.
I'll talk, no show tomorrow. Hopefully in the morning. Maybe a little bit before noon.
Okay, hell yeah.
Coming up Thanksgiving week, I'll see what's in my library that I can play, and maybe I'll just stream Halo.
Yeah, stream some Halo. With my buddies. Find out if Guardians has a streamer mode, and you should play Guardians because that'd be honestly that's a fun game to play on. I think if it didn't have the music, it'd be a perfect game for a stream. Because it even has choices, you know what I mean? Like if it's some like Walking Dead type of shit. So, hey, super cool. Go ahead and check out our socials if you like. So most of those should be in the description, I'm pretty sure. But thank you guys for hanging out. Super fun. Amazing as always. And I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Norman Reedus. And don't forget to tip your waitress. And live your best life. Follow your dreams. We are the Fandation Nation. And we are on probation. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
Cool. Hashtag Kathleen Kennedy, 3 more years.
Hashtag no thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.